with each episode that I read, I wanted to read the next one and then read the next one. And that's why I say I think this is definitely one of the most difficult characters that I've played. I walked out of the show feeling very satisfied. Let's put it that way. I don't make a project thinking about how it's going to be liked or disliked. That would be something with great writing and all of that. I would love to do a good comedy.
Well, I would say firstly, congratulations, Arjun sir, and welcome on Telechakkar. A pleasure having you here on a portal, I would say.
Thank you.
I saw the trailer before. I was just waiting for you, and I was like, okay, this is something that you need to watch because it's quite intriguing. It's
Have
actually
you seen the show yet or not seen the show?
I haven't seen. I have to see today. I think that's gonna be like the thing that I have to sit and have to watch. But then the trailer I did watch, and I was like, okay, I have to watch it entirely. But then, how was your experience with the entire process of actually making and then now?
I mean, now is the most difficult part when you're promoting it. Because there's so much to talk about it, and then you don't want to talk too much about it because it is a thriller, and you think that I'm going to say too much, and maybe the people will get more information than they need to. But it's important for people to watch the show, I feel, because it's very topical. It's got it's got a very strong emotional hook to it as well. It talks about various different things that I think all experience in our lives. And so it's a special show. I don't think a show like this has been made. I play a detective. Why I chose to do this detective part was because he's not the typical detective. He's a very flawed detective. He's got a lot of, shortcomings. He's got an ego. He doesn't take the blame for things. He's not responsible. He is not a good father. He's not a good friend. He's not a good husband, but he's a good detective. And that's kind of what he falls back on every time, and is kind of consumed by his work. And that kind of has repercussions in his personal life, which, leave a very, very strong and bad impact in his life. So while starting to solve this very important case, he kind of starts to find answers to everything that went wrong in his life.
But then this is about the detective. This is about the story. But if I may ask, as an actor, what was those X points that actually made you say yes for this project of yours? That, okay, this is why I want to be a part of London Files. Why so?
Because it just surprised me. I think that's the most important thing. That was unpredictable. It was not the run-of-the-mill kind of a story. Or I didn't know what was going to happen in the next episode or where this show was going, And as long as it keeps you hooked like that, which it did, with each episode that I read, I wanted to read the next one and then read the next one, And I think that's what said, okay, I'm going to play this part. Yeah, so for me, I knew it was going to be a really challenging part to play because Om Singh's got a huge emotional graph. Sachin wanted to treat it extremely realistically, the whole film. So obviously, one has to feel what this character is feeling. And that becomes kind of exhausting when you're with a show for so long. And it kind of also takes a lot out of you because I believe that if you don't feel what the character is feeling, okay, then it doesn't translate correct. It kind of becomes hamming, or there is a kind of a disconnect. And I never wanted that to happen with this character. And that's why I say I think this is definitely one of the most difficult characters that I've played.
Was there something that was really tough? Because obviously coming back home after you have enacted there and then coming back home, obviously the family, I'm sure it was quite a difficult ride for you. But which was that part wherein you thought that you did your scene the best according to you?
Oh, I don't know. I really don't know.
Or was there too many that you can't decide which is that one?
No, it's not like that. There are moments, you come out. I walked out of the show feeling very satisfied. Let's put it that way. I walked out of the show saying, okay, we've got something here. We've got something special here. Now, I don't know how people like it or dislike it. but I walked out of the show feeling extremely satisfied.
Okay, I need to know one thing very honestly, because as actors, I'm sure आप लोग काफी कुछ ऐसा करते हैं जो शायद कई बार आप करना नहीं चाहते हैं, but then still you become part of those projects. Has it ever happened that you've been a part of any project that you really didn't want to, but then you still became a part of it?
बहुत सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स ऐसे होते हैं आप बोलते नहीं मैं ये नहीं कर सकता तो पहली बात तो शायद आप घबरा जाते हो, या फिर आप बोलते हो ये मेरे इमेज के साथ नहीं जाता है। बहुत सारे ऐसे सवाल उठते हैं जब आप चूज कर रहे हो एक किरदार को, या आप बोलते हो कि नहीं यार मैं ये कर ही नहीं सकता ऑन स्क्रीन, मगर वो ही किरदारों के लिए यू गेट रिमेम्बर्ड, क्योंकि वो ट्रू चैलेंजेस होते हैं, वो आप कितने कन्विंसिंगली वो कर सकते हो, और जब आपका दिल भी नहीं है, आपकी सोच भी वैसे नहीं है, आपके पर्सनालिटी के अंदर भी ये सब चीजें नहीं होती हैं, तो उसके बावजूद भी जब आपको जाके करना पड़ता है और उसको कन्विंसिंगली करना पड़ता है, उसको एक इस तरीके से करते हैं जहां पर वो एक आपके दर्शकों को इम्पैक्ट करता है, तो आई थिंक दैट्स आवर जॉब.
But then ऐसा कोई किरदार है that you personally wouldn't want your child to see of yours, that you feel that okay he won't like it, or you wouldn't want his father का figure to be like seen in that manner? कोई ऐसा रोल है आपका?
जब मैंने ओम शांति ओम की थी, मैंने तो कहा था कि मेरे बच्चे फिल्म देख ही नहीं सकते. I don't think उन्होंने अब तक देखी है, but अब शायद दोनों मेरी बेटियां बड़े हो गए. If they see it, I guess they'll understand कि it's just acting. मगर वो इतने छोटे थे उस वक्त, तो at that point I couldn't allow them to see.
But then as an actor, Arjun sir, are you very critical of your own work? Do you criticize what you do on screen, or you just give your best and then you go towards the next project of yours? What is it like for you?
No, I think I am a bit critical also. I of course try to give my best. मगर कभी-कभी आपको लगता है कि नहीं यार ये ठीक नहीं हुआ, एक और करना चाहिए, मगर you have to do it at that point in time only. आप घर आके नहीं सोच सकते कि यार मेरे को एक और करना चाहिए, या we have to go back and do this again, जो भी है, या फिल्म बनने के बाद आप नहीं बोल सकते वो सारी चीजें. अगर आपको if you've been honest with your work and if you feel कि ये चीज ठीक नहीं बनी, या मैंने परफॉर्म ठीक नहीं किया, या I didn't feel it and I didn't think, then you have to go back to your producer and beg him and your director and tell them कि भाई मुझे ये वापस करना है, please let me do this again.
Have you done that ever? Have you ever done that?
Yes.
I wasn't expecting, but good to know that one. But then tell me honestly, because a number of years in the industry and the fans have supported the journey ahead, does the fans' response really affect your work or how you take up a project, or you just take it like a feedback and move ahead?
No, I don't make a project thinking about how it's going to be liked or disliked. I make it because I believe in it, and I think my fans, whoever know me well and know my work and follow my work on that level, respect me for that. कि जो भी करेगा, there'll be something unique and different to it. Or he will have tried to do something unique and different to it. And that's the kind of reactions that happen with me on my social media, or whatever interactions whenever I have with my fans. Ki, what did you do? What was the process? What is this character? Who is he? Why are you playing it? What are those kind of things? So it's interesting. It's interesting to have that kind of feedback from my fans, because they've of course want me to play a lot of romantic parts still, but I want to do more realistic things, and I'm grateful that they accept me for that.
After playing so many different roles, being a part of so many different genres, ऐसा कुछ है जो आज भी आपको लगता है कि मेरे लिए ये territory बहुत unexplored है, but मैं फिर भी इसको explore करना चाहूँगा?
Yeah, I think I've not explored comedy that much, and that would be something with great writing and all of that. I would love to do a good comedy, because that's something I feel should be a wish list on my bucket list, which I need to do a kick-ass comedy. I
am sure that the fans are going to binge watch London Files, but a series that you personally have been binge watching, or maybe something that you are hooked onto, what would that be?
Well, I've seen Peaky Blinders, and I think their new season is out. Is it out yet or not out? I've been so busy, I don't know. Yeah, so I think it's coming out or it's out, and I have to catch up on that. Succession is another show which I have watched, which is fantastic. which other shows have I been watching? Yeah, I think those are the shows which I've watched recently, but I've not watched that much.
The last thing I would just love to know here, because London Files is gonna leave a great impact on what the audience are gonna watch, and they're gonna expect a lot out of your other projects. In that way around, what was your takeaway from the project of yours?
There are many takeaways. I think Om taught me a lot about how to maybe be a better parent, how to be a better human being, how to what all not to do in life. How to accept your mistakes, and because only when you can accept your mistakes can you actually end up forgiving yourself. The reason why we get depressed and all of that in life is because sometimes we are not strong enough to forgive ourselves for things maybe we've done wrong, or we don't not very proud of, or or even to accept ki boss theek hai yaar, things didn't work out. It's okay, life goes on. We try to move on more positively and look at things in a different way. So I think all these things are there. They're huge takeaways on that level. It also shows us how we can be so easily manipulated by external, if we listen too much to people from outside, how we can be so easily influenced and manipulated to do things which we might not be very proud of, in the end.
In that case, if I would say that, what next for you? Because I'm sure that that's the patent question anyone would keep asking you. What next after London Files? What do we expect now?
Then Dhakad is coming on the 20th of May. I'm very excited about that because that's an amazing film. And then there is Penthouse and Three Monkeys, both with Abbas Mastan. There is the Battle of Bhima Koregaon, which is going to come out. There's The Rapist, which is going to come out. There is what is the other ones? Yeah, I'm doing my first Telugu film. Okay, and that's what I'm in Hyderabad for right now. So yeah, the Harihara Veera, which will be coming out by I think end of the year, early next year, which is a massive period drama as well. So, and a full entertainer. So yeah, there's lots to look forward to. There's two other big commercial projects which are full-on action films, which I'll be going into shooting in the summer of this year.
I would say not only 2022 but 2023 also हम expectations अपनी set करके रखते हैं आपके साथ. But then thank you so much for joining me here on Telechakkar. Any party words for the fans, because I'm sure they're gonna expect a lot, and आपने बता ही दिया आगे क्या expect कर सकते हैं. But any party
it's a
words
very
for
special show. Please जाके देखिए on Voot. Go if you don't not subscribed yet to it. Please go get your subscription. क्योंकि Voot पे बहुत सारी अच्छी shows भी आने वाले हैं. Some fantastic lineups they have. The people who are curating and putting shows together on Voot is amazing. But if you haven't, start with London Files. If you have it, don't miss London Files. And I'll please send me your feedback on my Instagram or Twitter, or whichever handle you feel like sending it on to. And I really look forward to hearing what you all have to think.
Thank you so much, and I'll surely watch it, rather binge watch it, and I'll surely tell you my feedback. So thank you for joining here on Telechakkar.
Know all about the Tele world by subscribing to Telechakkar's YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated to our new videos.